Hello everyone, Brachiosaurus227 here, and welcome to the final episode, episode 15, of Season 3 of the Nerf Archives. It has been an amazing journey with you guys, and I thank you so much for all the support. But what blaster are we talking about today? Well, I think this blaster is one of the best rival blasters and just one of the best Hasbro Nerf products in general. What am I talking about? Well, that would be the Nerf RIVAL Prometheus. An absolute behemoth of a blaster that lives up to its name. So without further ado, let's get started and talk about this absolute unit of a blaster that cost $200. Cue the intro. We're going to need to back up for this one. The Nerf RIVAL Prometheus released back in 2018, which was quite a while ago, and in my opinion, one of the best years for Nerf. 2018 was the best year for Nerf. Change my mind because you can't. And this was the big flagship rival blaster that kind of was supposed to be the upgrade of the Nemesis. Now there are no other variants of it, just this one. I would have loved to see a red or blue variant of it. I am Team Red, okay? Team Red for life, Team Blue sucks.
Why would you say those things to me?
I'm just kidding, guys. You don't suck that much. My personal favorite color scheme of all rivals, the Phantom Corps series. It blends just the kind of almost realistic tone with toys, and it makes it look a little bit more mature and older than, you know, your standard Nerf blaster. But they did paint the Phantom Corps symbol on both sides. Thank you, Nerf. Thank you, Hasbro. And I literally just noticed that detail, so that's pretty crazy. It makes me love this blaster all the more. But really, the colors and stuff align perfectly. And the design of the blaster is great, too. You have this huge, cool muzzle, which I do not get the hate for. People hate this thing. It looks awesome. The ergonomics of this blaster are absolutely amazing. It has a really, really solid grip. It's a pretty slate grip. It's pretty standard, but it does exactly what it needs to do, and pretty much any hand can hold this grip. It's a really good grip. The foregrip is also really good because it actually can also, for one, it can be removed, which is nice. But it also just swivels really, really well, and it doesn't you're not going to bang your hand on the blaster that much like a lot of other foregrips. We have the red trigger here, which is a solid little push, and we have the main trigger here. This main trigger is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. Oh yeah, there's also a little light here that shows you the battery status, because it does come with a rechargeable battery, which is really cool because all you have to do is just plug in your battery for about 2 hours and you're good. But the battery itself has a really cool design. It almost looks like this, almost like drink container, like a thermos, you know? Delicious. There is a tack rail right here, which is this little part that actually flips up so you can take out the hopper. But there's also another tack rail on the bottom here, and they're both rival rails. What are you gonna do with this down here? Or this? Like, what are you gonna do with these rails? I mean, they're cool to have, but what the heck are you gonna do with them? But speaking of the bottom, there is these two parts down here. They just kind of snap on once you get them. And these are basically just stands for your blaster. They don't get in the way at all, and they actually help you stand up your blaster relatively nice. Operating the blaster is very simple. Once your battery is fully charged, you want to slide it in like this. There's a little slot here, and it's pretty easy to see where the battery goes in. Make sure there's a distinct click, and it holds in pretty well even without the screw, and I don't have the screw in it just because it's easier to, you know, take out and recharge. Then you want to take your hopper and open the door. This door is massive. Then you want to get your bag of balls. I'm sorry, I almost laughed at that. I'm sorry guys, that is so immature of me. And you want to load the balls into the hopper, and it's a very nice and easy just way to load it. Now this hopper is advertised as a 200 round hopper, but honestly, it can hold up to at least 240, I think, from what I've seen. I actually haven't counted, but I've heard other people say you can hold up to 240. There's definitely enough room once you have the full 200 in there. That should be enough. You do want to close the hopper door because there's a lock in there, which you can remove if you want. And you want to make sure you activate the safety. Hold down the rev trigger. Very good rev up time, I might add. And you want to fire. it gets a really good fire rate, about 7 to 8 rounds a second. And like I said, the feeding system's really good, especially considering something like the Percy's, which came out a year later and had a completely terrible feeding mechanism. It was crazy. But what does this blaster have to offer the hobby today? Well, quite a bit. If you want a heavy gunner, this is your go-to heavy gunner. If you want an ultimate rival heavy gunner, this is everything you can want. Tons of ammo, easy reloading, high fire rate, great performance, great looks, great ergonomics, a pretty lightweight blaster while still being big and intimidating. It even goes with a really nice strap to hold it to your body. It really helps. Everything about this blaster is just really, really well done and really, really well made. For as far as a rival minigun style blaster that's like heavy gunner, this is what you want. This is the ultimate blaster. I couldn't really recommend it for someone who's more into like the traditional rifle style, like how the Nemesis is. That's a little better oriented for you, and I would definitely recommend the Nemesis over this if that's what your playstyle is. But if you don't mind firing from the hip, or just firing down, if you don't mind like completely sighting down your blaster, then you're good. You can just shoot tons of rounds. You don't have to worry about aiming, just point in the direction of the target and fire. That's all you need to do. And it even has quite a bit of mod potential. You can do some really cool stuff to this. I've seen some amazing mods with the Prometheus. It has like a lot of mod potential. You can also get, I think it's called the God Hopper. No, that's for the Perseus, I think. But you can get this ginormous hopper for the Prometheus, and it's like 600 rounds or something like that. Absolutely overpowered, and it's so insane. Like, once you get that, you're just unstoppable. The Prometheus itself, even without the extended hopper, is banned in some games because it's just it's too overpowered. And that's, you know, that's understandable. Now, one thing you do have to note is the blaster is $200. Well, initially was. Right now it's about $175 on Amazon, if I'm correct. And while that is a ton of money, it definitely is worth it. Let's look at what you have. A 200 round hopper with 200 rounds. That's a great value in and of itself. 200 rival rounds is expensive. You get a really good strap. It's one of the best slings Nerf has ever made. In fact, let me go grab it. I just dropped a whole bunch of stuff. You have a really high quality strap with this little shoulder pad that makes it really comfortable, and a nice little rival decal or whatever on there, which, you know, you can't really see too well. But you get that. You get the rechargeable battery, which is the biggest value. I mean, the Nemesis was originally 100 and it didn't even go with the battery. This goes with a rechargeable battery, which is great out of the gate. It's definitely worth 200. Now, is it worth it for you to spend 200 on this blaster? Maybe not, but it's definitely worth it. When you get this, you're not going to be disappointed. So with all that being said, the Prometheus is certainly an amazing blaster and a worthy blaster as well for the finale. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this episode of the Nerf Archives. I really hope you enjoyed it. This was the finale of Season 3. And I want to give you guys a big thank you. Y'all's support has been unbelievable. And even though some of the videos, some of these episodes didn't get a ton of views, they were still like really well received, and y'all just love them. So I can't help but make more. So with that being said, yes, Season 4 is going to be awesome. I am planning to release it in December, filming it in September with a very, very, very special guest, Spider Avenger Miller. He's going to be the co-host of Season 4 as of now, unless something happens, which I don't think anything's going to happen, but as of now, Spider Avenger Miller will be down here, and he will be the co-host of Season 4 of the Nerf Archives. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this episode of the Nerf Archives, the finale of Season 3, the Nerf Rival Prometheus episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's get these lights on. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I almost forgot. Y'all thought you were safe.
My junk drawer, my junk drawer. So many things I don't know what they're for, but I won't let it go. No, I will add more useless little things to my junk drawer.